some issues hearing everybody. So, and I'm happy to hear from council if anybody has any concern about handling it this way. What I'd like to do to make sure that we get audio is apparently the podium is picking up sound just fine. What I try to do is get everybody to speak from the podium. What I do ask, if you could just avoid touching it or moving it or doing anything else with it. Does anybody have any issues handling audio?
Not from the stage. Saying just use the podium all the time.
Just don't touch it.
Did you say don't touch the mic or the podium?
I would prefer both. I just don't want to have to deal with coming in and after everybody speaks. That's probably being a little too flippy. Come across the way I need to. There, obviously, we have the ability to clean the mic and clean the podium after everybody speaks. In order to move forward, we can try without touching the podium or the mic to just get everybody out there so the audio is good.
I'll try. I just always have the height differential problem. Thank you.
I understand the realities and the theory sometimes doesn't match.
Thank you.
Mr.
Thank God. In your honor, may I want to ask to take my mask off so we can see? Your honor, we have 5 witnesses we intend to call as bond witnesses and I believe 4 documents. So we'll begin with our first witness, Ms. Lee McMichael. Would you state your name for the court reporter, please?
Allison Lee McMichael.
And how do you spell your last name, Ms. McMichael?
M-C-M-I-C-H-A-E-L.
Ms. McMichael, I'm going to ask you to come forward a little bit. There you go.
Is that it?
Yeah, just speak into that microphone.
Okay.
Take a deep breath. Okay. Would you tell the court, Ms. McMichael, where you live?
In Brunswick.
And how long have you lived in Brunswick?
All my life.
You don't have to tell us exactly, but approximately how old are you?
I'm 61.
And you lived in Brunswick all of your life?
Yes, I have.
What kind of work do you do?
I'm an RN.
An RN?
Mm-hmm.
Licensed by the state of Georgia?
Yes, I am.
What kind of work are you currently doing as an RN?
Utilization review.
What is utilization review?
We review charts to make sure that we meet Medicare guidelines, make sure patients are in the right statuses when they come into the hospital, deal with the insurance companies to be able to file the insurance, be sure we're Medicare compliant, Medicare and Medicaid compliant.
In your job, are you working at a local hospital?
I am.
Is it in this county?
Yes, it is.
And Ms. McMichael, how long have you been at this job?
At this one, 12 years.
Where did you work prior to doing utilization review?
Prior to utilization review, I was a hospice nurse.
And what does a hospice nurse do?
We take care of end-of-life care, take care of patients who are dying.
Terminally ill patients?
Terminally ill.
How long were you a hospice care nurse?
10 years.
All told, how long have you been practicing as a licensed registered nurse in the state of Georgia? 36 years, no, 32 years. About 32 years. And Ms. McMichael, are you married?
I am.
Who are you married to?
To Greg McMichael.
Who's one of the defendants in this case. How long have you been married to Greg McMichael?
30, 7 years.
Do you have children with Greg?
I do.
Who are your children?
Travis, who's 34, and Lindsay, who is 30.
Where was Travis living at the time of his arrest in May 2020?
With us.
With us, meaning you and Greg?
Me, Greg and I, yes.
Okay. And where was Lindsay living at that
She
time?
was there also. She was living with us, Greg and I.
And Lindsay. Both adult children living at home with you and your husband.
Yes.
How long had he been living with you?
About 2 years, or a year and a half.
I want to get into a little bit about Travis McMichael's background, okay?
Okay.
Let's start with the light of your life, Everett.
Right.
Does Travis have any children?
He has Everett.
Okay. How old is Everett?
He's 4.
4 years old? Okay. I'm going to show you a couple photographs. And I believe the state has copies of all of these. It's Travis and Your Honor, just so the court knows, because there's 2 McMichaels, we're labeling our exhibits Defendant Travis McMichael, TM number 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, sir. Thank you. May I approach the witness now? Yes, sir. Ms. McMichael, take a look at what's been labeled Travis McMichael Exhibit, or TM Exhibit 1, 2, and 3. Do you recognize the images in those photographs?
I do.
What do you recognize them to be?
Travis and Everett.
And how old is, let's start with Defendant's Exhibit number 1. How old is Everett in number 1?
I think he's about 3. Has his 3rd birthday, I think.
And number 2?
About the same age.
And number 3?
He's younger there, I can't really tell.
Your Honor, at this point I would tender to evidence Travis McMichael Exhibits 1, 2, and 3.
No objection.
May I publish those for the court? Assume I can do this correctly. Ms. McMichael, what's depicted in TM number 1?
Number 1,
Yes.
that's out on the dock.
Is that at your home in Brunswick?
Yes, it is.
Okay. And what about, go ahead.
They were just out on the dock that day.
What about in number 2? What's depicted in number 2?
I believe they were getting ready to go out on the boat. They're still on the dock.
Is this a boat that you and your husband own?
Yes.
It's not Travis's boat.
Mm-mm.
And then in number 3, what's depicted in number
That
3?
is at Monster Jam.
Travis took
Everett.
Everett to Monster Jam. So tell us what kinds of things Travis and Everett like to do together.
Everything. Fishing, Monster Jam, riding the woods, hunting. Travis takes Everett everywhere he goes.
Is Travis married?
No.
So he's a single dad.
Yes.
And where's Everett's mother live?
Jacksonville.
Okay. What kind of relationship does Travis have with Everett's mom?
They have a good relationship. They are focused on Everett, and they co-share, co-parent.
And do you keep in touch with Everett's mom?
All the time, yes, I do.
And when Travis was at home, was he in touch with Everett's mom?
Yes. Never.
What's their custody arrangement?
She has him 1 week, and Travis has him the next week. They meet, and pick him up, and trade him out.
And it's 50-50.
50-50.
And when Everett is with Travis, who's responsible for the financial commitment of a
Travis.
Travis
Travis pays financial.
When's the last time Everett saw his dad?
May 7th, 2020.
So about 6 months ago.
Yeah.
From observing Travis with Everett through the first 4 years of Everett's life, in your opinion, what does Everett mean to Travis?
The world. That's his life.
Do you have any reason to believe that Travis, if granted a bond, would ever run and never see Everett again?
No. Travis would never leave Everett.
Everett's mom, is she here today?
She's not here today.
Why isn't she here?
She was exposed to COVID,
So she's quarantined.
so she's quarantined.
Were you expecting
Yeah, I was expecting
Everett's
to
mom
see
to be
her.
here?
Yes.
So she's, to your knowledge, supportive.
Yes, she's
Travis.
very supportive of Travis. She's allowing me to see Everett every other weekend, or to take him whenever I want him.
Ms. McMichael, I want to back up a little bit. Where was Travis born?
Brunswick,
Has he lived here all of his life?
he has.
And you said he's 34 years old.
Yes.
Where did he go to high school?
Brunswick High,
Do you know about when he graduated?
2004, I think.
And when he was in high school, was there a time where he was working at a camp associated with your work as a hospice nurse?
Yes, he was working at a camp. It's called Camp Courage.
What's Camp Courage?
It's a bereavement camp for children who have lost a loved one in their family. And they go to a camp for a weekend for grief counseling.
And so what was Travis's job or role at Camp Courage?
He was a lifeguard. He was a lifeguard during summers here in Brunswick, and he was a lifeguard at Camp Courage. They hired him because they had a pool that the kids could swim in, and he was allowed to lifeguard at the pool.
Was there ever a time when Travis had to use all of his skills and courage and save a life?
Yes.
Can you tell us about that?
There was a child at Camp Courage. All the people were in the pool, adults and children, and he was lifeguarding, and he saw a child go to the bottom of the pool, and he jumped in and grabbed the child and pulled him up, saved his life.
Did Travis subsequently receive a kind of a thank you or letter of commendation from the owner? Let me just finish it, just the reporter hates when people talk over each other. Did he receive a letter thanking him from the camp director?
He did.
Let me show you what's been labeled as TM, the defendant's TM number 4. Now, is it the court's desire that we have to approach each time?
Yeah, it is my normal practice, just so I know where people are moving towards.
Ms. McMichael, do you recognize that letter?
I do.
What do you recognize it to be?
It's a letter of accommodation from Dan Bowen, who was the camp director at that time.
And is it regarding Travis saving the little young boy's life?
It is.
Your Honor, I would tender the evidence TM number 4.
I'm not precisely sure the weight of it, but no objection for our purposes.
Ms. McMichael, could you read that letter to the court?
Yes, sir. Travis, to achieve excellence in anything we do in life is to...
You can skip the word.
Most individuals, the rewards of achieving excellence exceeds monitoring gains. Your performance as lifeguard at Camp Courage on May 3rd, 2003 helped to save a life and was one of excellence. I'm sure as high school is completed, your focus will turn towards the responsibilities of adulthood. I feel confident that these responsibilities would be paired with tenacity and courage. The final reward will be one of success. Thanks for being there. As always, Dan Bowen, Camp Director.
Thank you. After high school, did there come a time when Travis enlisted in the United States Coast Guard?
Yes, it was.
Do you know about what year Travis enlisted?
I
Okay.
don't remember.
Yeah, Coach Hunter. Mr. McMichael, I've handed you what's been labeled Defendant Travis McMichael's Exhibit, I believe 6 and 7. And just so you notice, I missed 5. It's just inadvertent. There's not going to be a 5. So you have number 6 and 7. Do you
Yes.
recognize those photographs?
Yes,
What do you recognize those photographs as?
these are Travis in the Coast Guard.
Your Honor, take the evidence, Defendant Exhibit 6 and 7.
We may have a discussion on the weight of them, but no objection for our purposes.
Do you know kind of the rank that Travis achieved in the Coast Guard?
I don't know his rank.
Do you know the kind of work he did in the Coast Guard?
He was a mechanic and a coxswain. I don't know if he was a coxswain or not.
He was a mechanic.
Mechanic.
Okay. What other kind of work do you know that he did while in the Coast Guard?
While in the Coast Guard, he did law enforcement. He was in the Pacific and did drug interdiction, and he also boarded boats when he was here at, there in California, and plus here at Mayport in Jacksonville.
In Jacksonville. Do you know if he did any kind of search and rescue work?
Yes, he did.
I'm going to hand you a kind of a stack of information. And let me, before I do, ask you, did there come a time when you went into, after his arrest, you went into Travis's storage unit and obtained his Coast Guard documents?
Yes, I did.
And then did you provide those documents after reviewing them to me?
Yes, I did.
Okay. I'm going to hand you what's been labeled Travis McMichael Exhibits 8 through 27. Okay. Looking through Defendant Travis McMichael's Exhibits 8 through 27, you recognize those exhibits as the documents you provided to me from Travis's storage?
Yes.
Your Honor, I would tender those documents as evidence at this point.
No objection for our purposes.
Starting with number 8.
Okay.
By the way, the photographs that are in 6 and 7, did Travis send those to you? How did you get those photographs, do you know?
I don't know if he sent them. I don't know. I don't know who the crowd got them.
All right, look at number 8.
Okay.
Do you know what number 8 is?
No, except for what I'm reading.
And what is it from what you're reading?
It said he was to all who shall see this presents greeting, know ye that repose in special trust and confidence in the fidelity and activities Travis McMichael, I do appoint him a machinery technician 3rd class in the United States Coast Guard.
So is this his certificate that he achieved machinery technician 3rd class? You have to answer out loud.
Yes, it is.
Based on what you're reading?
Based on what I'm reading.
Okay, look at the next document.
It's a Good Conduct Award from the Coast Guard.
What year did he receive a Good Conduct Award?
March 2016.
And does this certificate denote that it's in fact his 3rd Good Conduct Award?
Started. Yes.
Look at the next
Oh,
document.
he's got a second one.
Yeah, look, the next document is number 10. What do you recognize this to be?
A good conduct award, the second one with the medal.
Yeah. Second award. And this, what's the year of this document?
This was the 20th day of March 2013.
2013. And the first one, the third good conduct award was 2016, correct?
Yes.
Look at number 11. Do you recognize this letter of commendation?
I do not.
You have that?
Do I need to read it to you?
No.
Okay.
Can I ask?
I have not seen these until
I know she, well, no, just did misspeak in authenticity.
These are,
She's not complete with the documents, and I understand there's no objection to them coming in.
Right.
We can just identify them on the record if you'd like, instead of having her try to piece together what they are.
okay, that's fine. And that'll help move things along.
Any objection from the state?
No objection. In fact, I think that would be advisable.
This letter of commendation depicted in Travis McMichael's exhibit number 11. Can you tell from reading it what the commendation is for?
knowledge for work.
Yes,
That's what
let me get that in first.
I'm sorry.
Ms. McMichael, and I'll hand it back to you, is this letter of commendation for Travis for his skill in helping make evacuations during Tropical Storm Bonnie.
Yes.
And what's the date of that letter of commendation?
May 15th, 2012.
Do you see the next letter of commendation?
Yes, May 20th, 2016.
2016. And can you tell from looking at it what his commendation is for?
Vote response. Assist the Carolina Parade, which struck a jetty. I remember this one outside of
Jackson.
Jacksonville. They were rescued.
What did Travis rescue?
The people on board of the Carolina Parade.
The boat that was in jeopardy.
Right.
Okay.
Yes.
Looking at number 13, I'm not going to ask you each and every document to read it, but are these other letters of commendation and remarks regarding his good conduct while in the Coast Guard?
Yes.
Look at number 14.
I do remember this one too.
And what is number 14?
Is when he rescued a couple that were on a 48-foot boat that was sinking in St. John's River.
A couple of civilians.
Yes.
So tell us what you remember about that.
I just remember that he rescued this elderly couple, and he did get a thank you letter from the family.
From the family, even the grandchildren.
Right.
All right, well, let's look at number 15.
That's the letter from the grandchildren.
So the grandchildren of the couple he saved, whose lives he saved,
Right.
wrote him a thank you letter. And he saved that thank you letter. Is that right?
Yes, he did.
Showed it to you?
No.
You found it in
I
his
found it
materials?
in his box.
Do you know why he didn't show it to you?
He's just humble. He just didn't tell me about all this.
Looking through, starting with number 16, and just scroll through, or go flip through 16 through 18. Are those certifications showing he's completed courses of work while in the Coast Guard?
They are.
Where was Travis stationed while in the Coast Guard?
He was stationed in Alameda, California, Mississippi, and then Mayport.
Near Jackson.
Right.
And how many years was Travis in the Coast Guard?
I think 9.
While in the Coast Guard, to your knowledge, was he working with people from all races and classes?
Yes, he was.
Did he ever have, to your knowledge, any problems with people that he was working with in the Coast Guard?
No, he did not.
What year did Travis decide to end his career in the Coast Guard?
2016.
Okay. And did he leave under good circumstances?
He did.
What did he do after he left the Coast Guard?
He went into well drilling a little bit.
Well drilling here in Glenn County?
Yes, he did.
Okay.
And then he got a job with Messick Marine, which is a contract company for Kings Bay.
Metson Marine, they have a federal contract to work at the naval base in Kingsland?
Yes, they do.
So Travis came back to Glenn County and was close to you and your husband?
Right.
Up until the time of his arrest in May of 2020, did Travis continually live in Glenn County?
He did.
And of course you and Mr. McMichael continued to live there as well.
Right.
And during this time period is when he had Everett
He did.
and has that other tie to the community of Everett Beach.
Yeah.
What kind of work, if you know, did he do for Metson Marine?
He was started out a mechanic and then a coxswain.
And did he have to get any kind of federal background